Greetings, and welcome to a special episode that takes you back in time to explore a crucial survival tool, bartering. Today, we're going on a journey that will take us back to one of the most challenging periods in human history, the Great Depression. During this time, a simple yet profound tool emerged as a beacon of hope amidst the darkness of economic despair. This tool, my friends, was bartering. An age-old practice as old as humanity itself. Bartering is the exchange of goods or services between parties without the use of money. But why are we talking about bartering today, you might wonder? Well, in an era where we're used to swiping cards or clicking buttons to make purchases, the concept of bartering might seem archaic. However, the truth is it's more relevant than ever. In times of economic uncertainty, when traditional monetary systems can falter, bartering can prove to be an invaluable skill. It's a way of ensuring that our needs are met even when cash is scarce. Now just imagine if you were able to trade a surplus of one thing you have for something else that you need, how empowering would that be? Bartering allows us to be self-sustaining, to rely on our resources, skills, and the community around us. Moreover, bartering isn't just about survival. It's about resilience and adaptability. It's about understanding the value of what we have and what we can offer to others. It's about building relationships based on trust and mutual benefit. In essence, bartering is a testament to human ingenuity and survival. It's a skill that we can all benefit from, whether we're facing a personal financial crisis, a community disaster, or a global economic downturn. So are you ready to discover the art of bartering, to learn from the lessons of the past, and to equip yourself with a skill that can serve you in the future? Join us as we delve into a journey back to the Great Depression and understand how bartering proved to be a lifesaver. The Great Depression, a time of economic despair, saw the resurgence of an ancient practice, bartering. This period, stretching from the late 20s to the late 30s, was marked by a severe worldwide economic downturn. With banks collapsing left and right, cash became a scarce commodity, and unemployment reached unprecedented heights. In these challenging times, the resourcefulness and resilience of individuals shone through. Rather than succumbing to despair, people turned to each other, reviving the age-old practice of bartering. Money may have been in short supply, but goods and services were not. From farmers trading their surplus crops for medical services to neighbors exchanging home repairs for home-cooked meals, bartering became a lifeline in this era of economic hardship. Let's delve into some stories from this time. In the small town of Pocahontas, Virginia, the local doctor often accepted chickens or sacks of potatoes as payment for his services. Over in the heartland, farmers traded their wheat and corn for the local blacksmith skills. Even in the urban sprawl of New York City, people found ways to barter, swapping clothing for food or offering their skills in carpentry or sewing in exchange for much-needed items. These stories paint a vivid picture of a time when people had to rely on each other and the goods they could offer to survive. They underscore the importance of bartering as a survival skill, a means of securing essential goods and services when traditional economic systems fail. In the face of adversity, people found a way to survive, and that was through bartering. This practice, born out of necessity, demonstrated the indomitable spirit of humanity and the power of community. It served as a poignant reminder that even in the direst of circumstances, there are ways to adapt, to endure, and to thrive. Bartering is not just about trading, it's an art that requires understanding, negotiation, and trust. The beauty of bartering lies in its simplicity. It's a direct exchange of goods or services between two parties, but don't let the simplicity fool you. There's a method to this madness, a strategy behind the swap, a finesse in the trade-off. At the heart of bartering lies the principle of mutual benefit. Both parties should feel they're getting a fair deal. This means understanding the value of what you're offering and what you're receiving. It's not always apples to apples. Sometimes it's apples to car repairs or homemade bread to plumbing services. The key is finding that sweet spot where both parties nod in agreement, satisfied with the trade. Now this requires a fair bit of negotiation skill. You need to be able to articulate the value of your goods or services and at the same time understand the value of what the other party is offering. It's a delicate dance, a give and take, a back and forth until a consensus is reached. It's not about who has the upper hand, but about achieving a balance where both sides win. And then there's trust. In a bartering arrangement, trust is paramount. You're entering into a trade based on a handshake, a verbal agreement, a promise. Trust that the other party will uphold their end of the bargain. Trust that the goods or services will be as described. Without trust, the whole system crumbles. But when done right, bartering can form bonds, build community spirit, and create a network of mutual support. It's not just about getting something you need. It's about forging relationships, cementing alliances, and fostering a sense of community. The art of bartering, when mastered, can be a lifeline in times of economic challenges. Whether it's a global financial crisis, a local economic downturn, or just a personal financial pinch, the ability to barter effectively can be a game changer. It's a skill that harks back to our ancestors, and one that might just come in handy in the uncertain world of tomorrow. The question that arises here is, what can you barter? This question is crucial because the answer will determine the success of your bartering endeavors. During the Great Depression, the types of goods and services that were commonly bartered were those that met basic human needs. Food, for example, was a universal currency. People traded homegrown vegetables, eggs, or a freshly baked loaf of bread. Labor was another significant commodity. If you had a skill, whether it was fixing a leaky roof, tending to the sick, or sewing a torn garment, you could trade your time and expertise for goods you needed. Clothing and medical services, too, were often exchanged for other essentials. Now let's fast forward to the present day. What items and skills might hold value in modern bartering scenarios, particularly during prolonged economic downturns? Well, the basics haven't changed much. Food, water, and shelter will always be in demand. So if you can grow your food, purify water, or build a shelter, these skills could be highly valuable. But in our advanced society, we also need to think beyond the basics. How about alternative energy sources? If you can fix a solar panel or build a wind turbine, you could be a hot commodity in a world where traditional power sources are unavailable. Technical skills, too, could be invaluable. Imagine a scenario where the internet goes down. If you're a whiz at setting up a local network or repairing computers, you could barter your skills for other essentials. Medical skills, always crucial, will be even more so in a crisis. Whether you're a trained doctor, a nurse, or you just know how to perform first aid, your skills could be lifesavers, literally. And let's not forget about good old-fashioned manual labor. Even in our high-tech world, the ability to chop wood, repair a broken fence, or till a garden can be worth its weight in gold. Knowing what to barter is the first step towards effective trading. So take inventory of your skills and resources. You might be surprised at how valuable they can be when money loses its meaning. Bartering is a skill, and like any other skill, it has its do's and don'ts. Let's start with the do's. First, always ensure a fair trade. The value of goods or services exchanged should be equivalent, or as close as possible. This ensures that both parties walk away satisfied, fostering trust in future trades. Next, communicate clearly and effectively. Be explicit about what you're offering and what you're expecting in return. Misunderstandings can lead to disputes, which can damage relationships and your reputation within the trading community. Don't shy away from negotiation. It's the heart and soul of bartering. But remember, negotiation is not about winning or losing. It's about finding a common ground that benefits both parties. So listen actively, be flexible, and don't be afraid to say no if the deal doesn't feel right. Now let's move on to the don'ts. One major pitfall to avoid is bartering essential items for non-essentials. In times of crisis, prioritize your needs. Trading away your only source of heat for a luxury item, for example, could leave you in a bind. Also, never trade on credit. Bartering is about immediate exchange. Trading on promises can lead to disagreements and broken trust. Don't forget to agree on terms upfront. Is the trade one-time or recurring? When and where will the exchange take place? These details matter. Vague arrangements can lead to confusion and conflict. Finally, don't underestimate the importance of building relationships. Bartering isn't just about the goods or services exchanged, it's about forging connections and building a supportive community. So, be respectful, be reliable, and remember, today's trading partner could be tomorrow's lifesaver. Remember, the key to successful bartering lies in fair trades and clear communication. With these do's and don'ts, you're well on your way to becoming a skilled barterer, ready to navigate any economic uncertainty with confidence. In today's world, bartering has taken new forms and platforms. Think digital. The internet has given rise to online bartering platforms where people can exchange goods and services without the need for cash. Sites like Buns and TradeAway allow you to trade everything from furniture to tech gadgets and even skills like web development or gardening. But bartering isn't just limited to the online realm. it's making a comeback in local communities too. There are neighborhood trade groups and community exchange systems sprouting up everywhere. These are spaces where people come together to trade items or services. Imagine trading a box of homegrown tomatoes for a knitting lesson, or a few hours of babysitting for a homemade pie. The possibilities are endless. So, how can you get started with bartering? Begin small. Look around your house for items that you don't need but could be of value to someone else. Do you have a skill that others might need? Consider offering that as part of your bartering toolkit. And remember, bartering is about negotiation and fairness. Always aim for a trade that feels equitable to both parties. In the same vein, consider joining or even starting a local bartering group. This not only allows you to practice your bartering skills, but also strengthens community bonds, fostering a sense of cooperation and mutual support. So, are you ready to start your bartering journey today? Bartering is more than just a trading skill. It's a tool for resilience. Cultivating this skill fosters self-reliance and strengthens community bonds. Through bartering, you can create a network of mutual support, where goods and services are exchanged based on need, not just monetary value. This can prove invaluable in times of crisis or economic instability, but the benefits don't stop there. The negotiation and interpersonal skills you develop through bartering can be beneficial in all areas of life. Learning to barter is not just about surviving, it's about thriving in any situation.